So you're looking to purchase your first prop firm challenge. How do you know if you are ready to do so? Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over 5 signs that you are ready to purchase that challenge, go through the phases, and hopefully get your first prop firm payout. There are obviously many different things that are combined together to create a profitable prop firm trader, but in my opinion, the best ones understand that they have a chance of losing. So you need to be prepared to lose your challenge fee when you go into that prop firm. It's not like a personal account where you need to lose perhaps 100 trades, risking 1% in a row to lose your account. This is different. You lose 10% and the account is gone. You lose 5% in a day and the account is gone. So what I do when I'm going into a phase where perhaps I'm looking to trade one challenge or multiple challenges, I will set aside an amount of money that I'm comfortable losing, whether this is $5,000, which would obviously give me around 10 attempts at trading a 100k challenge. Let's say you fail 5 of those, you still can trade the other 5 and get payouts that in an ideal situation would be a lot higher than the challenge fees paid of $2,500. So what you're going to want to do is have the least amount of money spent on challenges, so that gives you the best potential upside for your prop firm payouts. Profitability with prop firm trading isn't based on the amount of percentage you make on your account or your yearly profit percentage. That doesn't matter. What we need to focus on is the difference between the challenges paid, so the money we spent on purchasing a challenge, because we have to assume that we're not going to ever get that money back, and also the prop firm payouts. So the money you receive from the prop firm, 80% or 90% of the profits you've made on the funded account. And the difference between these two numbers is your profit from your prop firm trading. So perhaps you calculate this on a monthly basis or a yearly basis. This is the profit you're actually making. It doesn't matter if you have 100k in payouts if you have 99k in challenge fees, because you only made 1k in that instance. And you would be less profitable than someone who spent 4k on challenges, but they've had 6k paid out. It might not seem as impressive, but that trader is more profitable and they actually have more money in the bank than you at the end of your prop firm trading experience. And a way that I'm able to limit the amount of money I spend on challenges is by using Prop Firm Match. They're the sponsor of today's video, and you can quite quickly see the benefit of actually using them. If I was to go onto a normal prop firm website, I would be purchasing a challenge with the cost on their website. But there are ways to get that cost lower. So you can see here, if I was trading with Alpha Capital, a firm that I've been trading recently this year, had $10,000 in profits, which is $8,000 paid out after profit splits, you can see that $362 for a 100k account. I had $8,000 paid out from Alpha Capital, which means I would have had a profit of around $7,600, which would have been amazing. But let's say I was trading with the normal price on the Alpha website, which was $427, I would have had $60 less profit. And that is easy money that you can actually save by just going through the Prop Firm Match website. And you can sign up using the link in the description of this video, and you can save money on your next prop firm challenge. And this does bring us on to the next point in the video. You need to understand the rules you are using correctly. So when I'm on the Prop Firm Match website, I can quickly see the rules for each prop firm and also their price. So you need to compare the difference between rules being relatively easy for you to pass and also the cost. You want to find the sweet spot between rules that are okay for you as a trader, but also not too expensive. Sometimes you'll have firms that are really, really expensive, but they also have the best rules. So it'll be easier for you to pass. The likelihood of you getting paid out is quite high, but you also have that risk of paying more for a challenge. You can see here with FTMO, one of the most reputable firms in the industry, we have 5% daily loss and 10% max loss, and we're paying 439 euros, which is, quite high. But then you go for a firm that is harder to pass. You see here Funding Pips with a 3% daily loss and a max loss overall of 6%. It's harder. You have 2% less daily drawdown and a 4% lower overall drawdown. But it's not going to be the same price. You're now paying less for this challenge because it is harder to pass. So if you're able to pass challenges that have a lower drawdown, then you might be better off purchasing a cheaper challenge. But you need to understand the rules before you purchase the challenge. And speaking about the rules, you can click here onto FTMO and you can see the leverage, the rules for news trading, something very, very important. You do not want to lose your challenge ever based on a very simple rule that is very easy to follow. If I ever lost an account for a news trade or for a copy trade or an EA or holding over the weekend, I'd be very annoyed because that doesn't reflect on your trading ability in the slightest. You could be the best trader in the world, make 30, 40, 50% profit, but you held over the weekend once when that was banned for the prop firm, and now you've lost your funded account. Or perhaps you've blown your challenge account for a simple rule that doesn't mean you're a negative trader, but it does mean that you can't follow rules correctly. So by looking here and seeing, okay, I don't need a stop loss on the trade, whereas some firms that you'll go on, they do require you to place a stop loss. Also, overnight holding. Some firms, some accounts won't allow you to hold overnight. So you need to know this, that if your trade is going to run overnight, you have to close it before a certain time. And if you don't do that and it's banned on that particular firm, you are then losing your account, which you don't want to do for a simple rule to follow. See, quick comparison here. FTMO, new trading is allowed. We go on to Fivers, new trading isn't allowed. So if you just put them on a copy trader and you assumed that you were able to trade the exact same trades, the exact same positions on all accounts, then you would have blown one, but kept the other one. And then if you were in profit and perhaps the FTMO account passed, you would now only have one account and the other one would be blown, which is not what you want for your trading. So once you have found the cheapest price, once you have looked at the rules that you have to follow, whether this is the drawdown, whether this is the news trading, max lot, leverage, all of these things, then you need to use a practice account. Many firms out there will offer trial accounts or demo accounts that you can simulate the prop firm trading conditions. So what you actually want to do in this situation is simulate exactly how you would be trading the actual challenge account. Obviously, if you pass the trial account, you're not going to get anything in return, but it will build your confidence as a trader, knowing you can follow the rules, knowing you can go into a challenge and actually pass. Although you won't have the same emotions going into it, you still get used to the trading conditions, whether this is the spread, the slippage, the executions, all these things that are quite important when you're trading with prop firms. You will get used to that with that particular firm. Don't take an FTMO trial if you're going to then trade with E8 markets. It's very, very different. You're going to have different rules, you're going to have different conditions, the dashboards are going to be different. It's going to be a whole different experience. So you want to take a trial if they offer it with the firm you are going to choose to trade the challenge with, and then this will get you set up nicely for when you do decide to purchase that challenge and take the next step. It's basically the same as us backtesting. We're simulating our real trading, whether we're on FX Replay or any backtesting tool that you decide to use. We're simulating what we would be doing in the live markets, and then we take the strategy live. You do this with a trial account, you will be a lot further ahead than the trader who hasn't taken a trial account, who hasn't gone through the drawdown allowances to then get to their profit target. You're just giving yourself an extra step up to becoming a funded trader. In the next step, you need to be mentally prepared for the challenge. I just spoke about it not being the same emotionally when you are on a trial account, and this is definitely apparent for most people taking the challenge. They will see other people entering trades, passing their challenges, whether it's on my channel or other people's channels on YouTube or people they follow on social media, or even their friends who are also traders. You'll be seeing them pass challenges, winning trades, getting closer to the profit target, and perhaps you are still waiting for a setup. This is when most people get FOMO. They get FOMO, they want to enter a position just to be in a trade, just to get the challenge started. But I can tell you from experience, if that first trade loses, it is very, very hard emotionally, because now that 100k flat balance is now 99k. So then you have to make that back, and people want to make that back as quick as possible to get to break even, which is very, very dangerous. What I want to tell you is that there is no rush. It doesn't matter if you take 2 weeks to pass the account or 2 months. Obviously, the faster you can pass it, the better, because whilst you're trading on a challenge account, any profits made, you're getting 0. Whereas if you pass quickly and get onto a funded stage, the profits, you're actually getting a percentage split of that. But for most people, they're not in a position to rush these challenges, to burn through the capital to actually get onto the funded stage. So with prop firms now, they don't have time limits like they used to. I remember trading when they had a 30-day limit. You'd have to reach the profit target within 30 days, or else your account resets if you are in profit, or if you are in drawdown, that account is blown and you'd have to purchase another account. But that is not the case now. You basically have unlimited time with the majority of firms, so it doesn't matter whether you're taking 2 weeks or 2 months, you can get it done no matter how long it takes you. And the last sign that you are ready is that you have a proven strategy that you know can pass challenges. You don't want to go in to the markets on a challenge with a strategy that has never made 10% profit. This will take you forever to pass the challenge. In the worst case scenario, you haven't tested out how big your drawdown is and you hit the daily loss limit before then hitting your 10% profit. I see so many people see that they're making perhaps 20, 30, 40% in a year, but they have drawdowns or average drawdowns of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11%. So if you have an average drawdown of 11%, that's obviously a large number, but it is possible, then you could potentially hit your overall loss limit before you are able to see that 40% profit. So you're going to be in a situation where you're so confident in your strategy, but you haven't looked at all of the stats you need to look at. So when you actually go into the challenge, you blow it before you've even had the chance to make your profits and to pass, which is a horrible situation to be in because you know you are profitable, but your stats just aren't ready for prop firms and you haven't calculated your risk effectively to not fail the challenge. And there are obviously multiple ways to go about your risk management. I talk about this in the Prop Firm Accelerator mini course that I have on the Link Trading website. It's very simple maths for many people to calculate. If you're risking 1% and your average drawdown is 11%, you're going to blow that account on an average drawdown. So you need to adjust your risk accordingly. And if you don't, prepare to lose the account. So if you guys did enjoy this video, let me know how your Prop Firm challenge goes, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.